Hello everyone, my name is Leonid and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a current student at University of California, Berkeley, Haas School of Business. I'm a junior, I'm a transfer junior. I'm minoring in data science. I'm as well international student. I'm from Belarus. I am 6 feet, white, straight male. International student, transfer, non-California resident. So, and I transferred from a community college to Berkeley Haas. So I hope it will kind of like tell something to you that I definitely had a less than 4% acceptance rate, and admissions were not really. I'm not bringing much diversity. I'm not bringing much of like California experience to the school. I'm bringing completely out of scope view. So, but I got in. So this is not going to be like a cool video filmed in the studio. I've been surfing, and I decided like, oh my god, the deadline is like in like 6 or 5 days, and I was like, damn, I mean, I can share stuff, I can talk about stuff. I did it all. I successfully transferred, and I've been a year ago in Newport, and I remember how I've been like grinding for my letters, for my like PIQs, 4 of them. How my coming up was like not just looking sexy. I made it look sexy as fuck. So, we'll tell you kind of like my advice for you. I will upload it tonight. So if you're watching it, I upload it tonight. If I'm uploading it next day, I would probably never publish it because I would forget and just work. So, first of all, admissions don't care about you. They care about your story. Like, they don't care like, oh, I did this, I have this numbers, oh, I performed, I did this. The point here is like, your story should talk by itself. They don't really care like if your essay will be looking like, oh, I founded a club, I did this non-profit. Your essay is a story about you. And how I explain to everyone whom I had been helping out with essays, it's like, you need to imagine you're fishing, you're like throwing with like whatever, like you're like tackle, you're fishing. Your first paragraph, shoo, and exist like 50 words intro, like 250 essay of the main, and the end point, like your conclusion, you're like bringing the fish back. You're like a hunter, and your essay should be like a smooth flow. You're like, okay, I've been doing like, here is the story. And what I also love to say, every essay should kind of like, at least 2 out of 4 essays should shape you in a way of like, my previous experience shapes my current presence, during which in the real time I'm investing in the future, which shapes my future. In a way of like, my past makes me myself who I am right now, and I am who I am right now is investing in my future. And that's basically the story which like, especially Haas would love to hear. I'm not like talking to like, it's only about Haas. Don't care about other schools. I don't care about UCLA, don't care about like wherever you're applying. I'm talking about Haas because it's like, you're applying for business, it's like the best choice you can have. So, oh, fireworks. So the point is not like to, first of all, be stressed. When people say, oh, don't be stressed, you need to be freaking stressed. You need to be like, oh my god, I don't have enough time. I am definitely like I remember a year ago myself, my nails, they were all in blood because I was like touching all of them always. I was so stressed, and like all of the meetings with my mentors, with like everyone who've been helping me, my anxiety was like horrible. I was like, I was really scared, and constantly, like, it was all the way I've been waking up, and I was like, oh my god, the deadline is like in a week, and I was like furious. I was like, my essays are not done, they're not perfect. And the point here is a nice kind of like psychology, I would say, for you, is just analyze that the next 5 days you have for your application are the days which will determine your following 2 years. And basically those, like, for whatever, like 5 multiplied by 24, like 120 hours, those 120 hours will determine your next, 730 days. So, and like, you need to send them to anyone who can review them. Just tell the story about you. Don't try to flex. There is so many flex students who are like, oh, I did this, I love it. Don't give a fuck about them. The point here, there definitely will be better. There, like, I will not be comparing myself. I will not be telling my stats, but yeah, I had like International Science Olympiads medals. I had like 5 clubs. I had like bunch of activities, bunch of hours of volunteering. My application, but I did my application. I polished it. I made the story like which I wanted to look like, which was my story, but I presented in a way that like I made Haas. I sold myself to Haas. I made this image. So for you, please stress. Don't even go to sleep. Like, yeah, have some sleep, like 5 hours, whatever. Be under coffee, but be stressed. Like, your essay, you should, and every word in the essay should talk by itself. Every word needs to be like, okay, it makes sense. That's why I'm using this word. It's so, please, be sure that every essay is different, and please, especially your main transfer essay, make sure that this essay, your 350 words responding to the prompt. Because I read like, I don't know, like 6 essays, and the answers were completely out of scope. It should be like a cover letter. What is the reason for you for transferring to Berkeley? Or and how do you feel prepared for the major you're applying for? Basically, they're asking you, describe how you prepared and like how you prepared. And I remember my essay started, I see my preparedness for this major, blah, 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 blah. I see my preparedness for this major because I have like, and I made like a metaphor, but I don't recommend your general like required essay, make it like a story with metaphors. Like, but I made like, I see my preparedness for a business major as a backpack, which backs me up. And this backpack contains of my like science researches, my Olympiads, my clubs, my project, my company, my internship. So I did this. Would I recommend you doing it? Yes. I don't care. Use the structure which works best for you, for your story. For me, it worked in this way, and I got in. So, and since I'm telling you, I'm the least person who would get in. I'm like the last person who is kind of like should get into Berkeley. Like, I'm international. I'm not like, I'm a usual guy, but I worked really hard to get to the point where I am. So I also wrote essay. Okay, we'll get some interesting facts. My essay were like, how did you make? So I wrote about volunteering, and the way that it's like back in my country, volunteering is kind of like viewed as not like volunteering, but as like getting credits for, like getting admired for doing something. Even though you work for free, you're volunteering, you still kind of like getting credits and like kind of like making better of yourself. So I wrote how like I came with a different approach, and I looked what is volunteering, and I volunteering for a place where with homeless people serving food. Other essay was about Belarus as well, and like about like growing up there in going to the high school, having like very interesting. I would not tell you what exactly I wrote, but it's very personal. but having like different conflict situations. Very deep essay. Even like if I were like a very soft person, I would definitely cry by reading it. And the final essay was about oh yeah, the third one, I actually had two prompts, the best skill. And I wrote, first of all, I wrote the essay about like how I made this essay on November 28th. The previous version was about like networking, how I see myself like networking is the way to get business deals, that like everything should always be backed up and leveraged by people. But on November 28th, or like even November 29th, I remember I was so stressed. I was sitting at my friend's house in Berkeley, and I was like, whatever, rewrote the essay, made it real, and I wrote about like innovational approach, like how basically your skills as like innovational thinking is like helping you out, and leveraging my like experiences and my approaches towards work, school, academics. Honestly, was a really nice essay, and this essay was kind of like, I would say it was just essay for essay. Like it wasn't something like what made me outstand out of applicants, but it was like the normal essay, which not sucks. But also, so your essay, not like 4 essays should be like, oh my god, outstanding. The point here is like you should have one essay which like outstanding, second one shows your story from a different perspective, and the other 2, they just should not have a red flags, and they shouldn't suck. If you made it, and also activities, please. I have no idea if you can hear me well, but I am near the ocean, and it's so brilliant and it's so nice. So I will be walking there. Just turn volume up to hear me. So the point here is that be sure that your activities are looking good, described well. Like, don't try to fill 20 activities. They don't give a fuck. Like, please. It's just mention the most important. And also, one major advice. It's not regarding application, but it's about application, but more about your life. If you are 18 or 19 years old, and you've been sucking, and you never accomplished anything, like you never started to record anything, or you never started doing something, or you never went and tried to approach, like the life before and after getting to Berkeley will not change for you. Like, the point here is you're all under stress. You're all thinking, oh my god, essays, like my application. But the secret is that if you are a loser, you will be a loser also. Like, that's the point. It's like nothing will help you. The point here, you have only yourself and your actions. And based on your actions and based on your personality, you determine your pathway. So neither me, neither Berkeley. I mean, please shoot out email to me, leonid@berkeley.edu. Send me your essays. I'm pretty available till November 30th, so I can help you out. Like, I can go to Google Docs, spend like 20-30 minutes reviewing your essays. The point here is also like, when you give a service to people, like you tell like, yeah, send me, say don't send. And I'm like, okay, so please send. And it's like, the one who sends will get the benefit, whatever. It's like the same in life, just approach. So yeah, it's like, go to bed tonight, wake up tomorrow, and understand if you are not making like drastic changes in your life and the actions which push you forward, there will be like honestly nothing like yeah, you can lie in your application, Berkeley probably, like, Berkeley's spot lies very well, and there is no point of like lying. Like, that is the last thing I would recommend doing you. Like, no, please don't overestimate numbers. Is like, it will not get you anywhere else. So, and the last thing I would say is just, please don't try to oh, that's my back. Be sure that your application is smooth. Make sure that you respond to 4 Haas values, and please, like, just tell your story. Don't try to show off. Don't try to flex. Tell your story. Show yourself in a way of personality, not numbers, claps, and names. Like, yeah. So, if this video got at least like whatever, like 5 comments from people who are applying this year, I'm in Newport. I'm in SoCal right now. I will get to Berkeley on Sunday, and I can record some cool stuff for you, like, or I can host Zoom meeting where like hour and a half, like office hours with me, where I can advise you and do like kind of like last markups and last changes in your application. Like, so please, you can comment this video, you can email me. I would appreciate likes or whatever. I mean, I don't care, but it kind of like shows me that people are interested. If there will be like 0 likes, 0 comments, I probably will record 1 video and just forget about it and go back to my venture fund where I work right now. So it's like, I'm not getting anything out of those videos, and I'm not trying to get anything from those videos, so whatever. Like, I'm just helping you out. Okay guys, I'm hella cold, and I'm going to dinner, so we'll see you all. I need to go to shower. Thank you everyone, and I see you soon.